And of course, the GiveMikeATry.com game of the week is the Coney Bowl, the annual gathering between Carolina Forest and St. James. Last year, it was the Forest taking care of business over St. James at Carolina Forest. They flipped the script this time and went to the Shark Tank, the first one to move their game. Let's get this action going. Bragging rights on the line for the old Coney Bowl trophy. Yep, there it is. Carolina Forest scores on this opening drive. Matt Beal firing a 15-yard touchdown strike. Garcia on the receiving end. 7-0 Panthers. Later, Sharks with the ball. Steven Ankle on a blitz. Sacks quarterback Berkeley Young. And Ankle with a huge night on defense. A few short minutes later, more pressure from Carolina Forest. Simpson Torres with a sack on the strip. And look what happens next. We have a convoy to the end zone. That's a 62-yard touchdown on the defense. 14-0 Carolina Forest. St. James would get nothing going. Davis here with a big stick and another sack recorded by Carolina Forest. Panthers get it back. Now it's Diverse Simmons time. Breaks a tackle, and this is a 42-yard pickup for the Panthers deep into St. James territory. Anthony McAfee caps the drive, slashes up the middle, 5-yard touchdown run, increases the Panthers' lead to 21-0 in the first. We move now to the second quarter. St. James coming up with another big play. DJ Brown bats down the pass and makes an interception for the Sharks inside the Panther 10-yard line. But on the very next play, Garcia steps in front, makes the pick to keep the Sharks out of the end zone. Garcia doing it on both sides of the ball. Carolina Forest back on offense. Beal fakes it to Simmons. Beal on the keeper. Scores from 10 yards out. 28-0 Panthers. Fans enjoying the festivities. The Black Hole holding the ABC 15 Spirit Award. More on that later in the show. Carolina Forest keeps piling on the points. McAfee again. Yet another big touchdown run. 35-0 Forest on top in the third. And then Diverse capping it off with this time a 50-yard scamper right up the middle. You're not going to be able to catch this young man. He hits the pylon and scores. 42-0 your final. Carolina Forest picks up the win on the road against the Sharks as they win the Coney Bowl yet one more time as they improve to 2-0 on the young season. Sharks drop to 0-3. As for action next week, the Forest back on the road heading back to North Carolina to take on Hoggard. As for St. James, they will host Lake City as the Panthers make the trek to the Shark Tank. That brings us to our own Mark Haggard, who caught up with the winning team after tonight's big GiveMikeATry.com game of the week.
The Carolina Forest Panthers are in the end zone. Big winners tonight. Wow, 42-0 over the St. James Sharks on the Sharks' home field, Coach.
Yeah, our kids came out ready to play tonight, and it's a great win for us. Always good to get big wins, and thanks support to Sonic and Channel 15 for what they do tonight, and look forward to going next week versus Wimbledon Hoggard.
Undefeated Panthers, undefeated Panther cheerleaders. Let's have a look at the cheerleaders and hear what they have to say. Ladies, let's have a cheer. All right, ladies, and we also have the Black Hole here, the student section. And let me tell you something, they are an integral part of this program, a very spirited group. Carolina Forest won the ABC 15 Spirit Award earlier in the day. We'll have more on that later in the show, but back to Coach Mark Morris for a moment. Coach Morris, a complete effort today. That's Steven Akel, that number 50. He really stood out in my mind. Had a sack, then he had a fumble return for a touchdown, then sprained his ankle.
Yeah, he's a big player for us, obviously, and he was in the right spot at the right time with that fumble. Maybe he could just run a little bit quicker. He wouldn't have sprained his ankle on that. But
he's going to be okay.
Yeah, he's going to be fine. And like I said, our defense gave us a great effort tonight. I mean, we had a big pick in their end in the field and to prevent a touchdown. But it was a good overall effort by our defense and good overall effort by our team tonight.
Well, let's name some names on that defense. Let's hear some other names on that D, because I know you've got some. We're going to give a game ball out, too, in a moment. But how about some other defensive players that stepped up big? We know on the offense, Matt Beal, Diverse Simmons, and those guys, but the guys tonight pitched a shutout.
Well,
Let's talk about some names.
You know, ever since I've got here, we've always talked about the box and trying to win the line of scrimmage. And our defensive lines did a great job the first couple games and all through the scrimmage season, so we can keep that going. Samson Torres at nose, David Benson, Malik Colberth. I mean, there are three main guys up front. Jacarius Davis at linebacker, Mike Asaya, Stephen Aquil at linebacker too. I mean, they've done a great job for us. And defensive backfield, I mean, that's basically a group that won it for us last week at Fairmont with Anthony McAfee and Richmond Collier and Ishmael Garcia and R.J. Richardson. So we got a good group of guys over there.
All right, who gets the HTC game ball?
All right, tonight it goes to a man that scored our first touchdown night through the air and had the big pick down there in the end zone. That's Ishmael Garcia.
Ishmael, come on up here. Ishmael, you guys really set the tone early in the game. Beal fired that strike. You were wide open in the end zone. Tell me about that play.
It's designed for me.
Well, yeah.
Just came down with the grab and put points on the board.
Was it just a little slant route?
No, go.
Oh, okay. Well, see?
Yes, sir.
You know your football.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about defensively, too, because you also had a big defensive game, and that's probably why you're getting the game ball because of your defense, because you know how much Coach likes defense.
Yes, sir. Well, we turned the ball over and didn't want him to get in the end zone, so seen the play and I just read it and caught the interception.
Right, on the play right before, they intercepted Beal, and then you took it right back, so shutout, and in a lot part due to you.
Yes, sir.
All right, enjoy your HTC game ball. We'll bring Coach back in here, and we're also going to bring in something else. You guys also won the Coney Bowl. Sonic, our great people, the great people at Sonic are going to be feeding you the real deal in a little bit. Now, that's just a wooden hot dog. It is the Coney Bowl champion hot dog, but you're going to be eating the real McCoy in just a moment. All right? So enjoy your Sonic victory meal before you get out of here. But 42-0, and you head to Wilmington to play Hoggard next week.
Yes, sir. It's a good program. Just being from up that area, I've played them a lot, and good established program. Coach Underwood's great coach up there, and look forward to it next Friday. It'll be a good test for our kids, and everything's in preparation for conference play. So hopefully that'll be a good week for us next week.
All right, this was our GiveMikeATry.com game of the week. Carolina Forest Panthers, let's hear it, guys. Undefeated.